So good morning, good afternoon. I prefer the good morning because it's a new opportunity for all of us and a new beginning. As always, here in Atomy. Let's begin with the business discussion. Here it comes what we are in here. We are looking for something that can also help us not only for beautification or health, but as well as to help us for our future. So this is my own take for the business plan. Atomy is not only offering us a satisfaction, customer satisfaction for the product. Very simple as this. As I mentioned earlier, this meeting every Sunday is not about me. It's not about Vinod. It's not about Eri. It's not about us showcasing our own talent in here. It's about us learning. That is why are we are here every Sunday as well to train ourselves how to explain, how to express, and how to share our knowledge to others. And as well, you as well, in the future, I am encouraging everyone as well to like, participate, to hear, share, to, to speak, to share whatever knowledge you already have and experience you already have in Atomy. So as a whole, we are planning ourselves, preparing ourselves to be the ambassador of our product. We are preparing ourselves to learn more about the business concept, to learn more about the product. So for us in here, right, the good thing that we always do is setting a goal. Yes, there is a business. It is a huge global business, but what is in there for us? What is the opportunity? What is the benefit for us? Of course, we want to have something in the future. Not only, as I said, not only for being beautiful, not only for being a healthy, which is that is the number one core that we have, that we need. But what is in there for us for the future, for tomorrow, for a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, for our next generation, for our grandchildren. So a residual income, which is that is what is the discussion for us later on by Vinod, right? A balanced life, a freedom of time, a freedom financially. As again, inheritance, we can pass along our ID to our next generation, to up to our third generation. And the culture of this company, the culture of sharing. Here, we are just sharing the information in here. We are just sharing our knowledge in here. So we don't get paid by the company to do this explanation, to present, right, to speak, to share, to train, to mentor, but we are getting rewarded of this, right, in the long term. So my goal is to share any knowledge that I already have, is to encourage others that haven't seen the potential of this business yet. My goal is to also share whatever benefits that I already encountered from Atomy, the product itself. Do I have my own timeline? Yes, I do. We must have our own timeline for all of us. And everything in here is about our mission. So what do we have to do? Right? What do we have to do? First, setting a goal, that is our purpose. If we don't have a goal, we are nowhere to be with in the future. We just keep on going round and round and round and round. We must set a goal 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, or 5 years from now. What do we have to achieve? So in the beginning, we need to learn something. What kind of learning? Learn about the system. What else? Learn about the product. Learn about the marketing, how to talk, how to promote our product, how to explain about our online shopping mall. By doing that, we are already creating or doing actions repeatedly. This is like a process, a long process, not just like after a month of explaining about our business, our product, and then we already end up now. There is nothing in there. No one is listening to me. Then you will stop. No, this is a long, right, action, long journey, a repetitive action. Just keep on doing. It's not only that others is listening to you, it is us, ourselves, that we are gaining the momentum as well. We are learning for every day that we do. We are learning from others that also, right, responded to us the way they also, right, embrace or respond to us. If there is any issues in there, don't stick into it. Navigate. And I think this is my personal plan. I know what is my purpose. I know I have to learn first. And I know I have to take action. Would it be success right away? No. There will be a lot of challenge. And every challenge, at least, I know I have to navigate. I am not going to back off. I am going to go forward, but I need to navigate. I need to detour. If this is not working, I will change my strategy, right? If it's not working, change your strategy. Don't do it again and again if it's not working. We are finding our own effectiveness in doing this business, but doing it repeatedly over and over again, we are getting expert and we are getting more effective. So I think that is my business plan that I would like to share to everyone. Being a competitor is not always a bad ways, right? Being a competitor, you are putting yourself into the front, right, row. I want to compete. I want to win. I want to succeed. And that is always should be our main motto. And any challenges, just navigate yourself. Find a way. Don't, right? As what Denzel Washington said, don't fall back, fall forward, keep going, rise up again and do it again. One day you will find yourself effectively doing it. Okay. So that is this contribution for this meeting about the business plan. About here, we have the business, we need to plan. Plan for what? We have the goal for our business. Goal is to earn money, to have a financial freedom. But every person, sometimes we just keep on pointing about others. It is not working because of me, ourselves, not others. It is always us. So our mission is for ourselves, not for others too. We want to share to others, not to rely to others too. So as a team, this is what we do. We share the knowledge, we encourage, we help, we promote, and we are right there to support each other, okay? So I think I made it clear this way. I be able to share it to everyone about my business plan. That is my personal intake about our Atomy business. So question is, for all of us in here, why Atomy? It's about financial freedom, time freedom, a balanced life. That is my why Atomy. I want to ask Melissa, why Atomy for you, Melissa? Share to us, Melissa.
My name is Melissa Morales, and today I'm going to share with all of you my testimony with Atomy. And I brand myself as a mompreneur. I'm a homeschooler mom, and I am a homemaker, and at the same time, I am a content creator as well. With my presentation today, I would like to share with all of you my work journey, my history journey as an employee and entrepreneur. As an employee, my jobs here in the United States are, as you can see on this screen, I was a salesperson, a secretary with different companies, and also I became an assistant teacher as well. I just want to point out, as an employee, there is nothing wrong to be an employee, especially if it is our dream, especially if it is your dream, especially if you have earned your bachelor to get your dream job. There's nothing wrong with being an employee, right? However, there is a fact being an employee. There is a limited to, and we cannot be against with people who are still working with other company. It is because being an entrepreneur is not for all. It's not for all to be a businessman and a businesswoman. That's why we need to be understandable as a person, and as an Atomians, we need to understand that there is nothing wrong to be an employee. However, there is a limited to with this kind of mentality, or this kind of, when we enter in this kind of world. What are the things that are limited to? We are limited to with our rights. We are limited to, even though it is our dream job, we are limited to with our rights when we enter to a corporation. We are limited to, even though regardless of our position, even we are administrator or a manager or even a custodian, we are still limited with our rights. We are also limited to with our status and connection when we are already as an employee, or when we enter to a corporation. It does not matter who you know. Once we are already inside a company, our rights is still limited. Secondly, as an employee, our salary is also limited. When we apply to a job, we are not in control on how much we're going to earn. We cannot dictate to the interviewer that about the money where we're going to earn. We cannot ask our boss at once for a raise. We cannot dictate our bosses on how much we're going to have a raise. So we are limited to when we are stuck as an employee. Another thing that we are limited to is our time. We are limited to with our time. We have to build our time based on the company's rules and regulation before we can ask for vacation. And another thing that we are limited to as an employee is our time when we clock in and when we clock out. What do I mean with this? When we wake up in the morning, does the company pay us? No. When we travel to and fro, does the company pay us? Not at all. Once we clock in to the company that we are working, that's the time our salary is starting to count in. Yes. And what I'm trying to say here is that we are limited to with our time. We exchange our life with money. We exchange our time with money. As an employee, we have to understand that we are working for someone else's dream, not our dream. However, when we become an independent contractor of Atomy, it's all about you. It's making me cry. Sorry. It's all about you. Why? Because it's all about your dreams, your goals. Atomy is going to ask you, what is your dream? What is your goal? That's why the question here is, did we ever fill up already the life scenario that we have on our website? Because these are our whys. Why do we join Atomy? Why people need to know about Atomy? Why? I'm sorry. Why people need to join Atomy? Because when we see Atomy's motto, right, we could really already see the rules and regulation of Atomy, which is unselfish, and it's all about you. It geared again about with you. So the first one is cherish the spirit. Why cherish the spirit? I agree with the founder of Atomy, with Mr. Park, that our spirit comes from God. And as a woman of faith, I believe that. And that's why he emphasized how to cherish the spirit is through baby philosophy. It's like mother nourishing a baby. We have to see each other important. We are all important as an individual because God has given us his spirit, and that's why it creates this integrity, not to take advantage with someone else's. And that's one of mottos of Atomy. It's not to take someone an advantage with the knowledge that we have, but to cherish them, but to respect them, whether they're going to agree with Atomy or not, but to respect them. And if they become a member, we have to still respect them, even if they are a new member or they are veterans. Now, secondly, the second motto of Atomy is to create the vision. And just like what I've said before, this vision is not based on Atomy, it's based on you. Atomy is all about you. Atomy is not all about the dream of your boss, it's all about you. And thirdly, is to follow the faith. And as a woman of God, for me, faith is the things that we hope for, things that you don't see it yet, but you believe it's going to happen. And that's why it's important to write down the vision, have faith with it, have faith in it, and take an action. Because when we have a vision and we have the faith and we take action, it means it's equal to reality, where we going to taste and see the fruit of our labor. Lastly, why people should join in Atomy, it's because it emphasizes to serve in humility. Whether a person is new in Atomy or whether a person is already a veteran and successful, everyone needs to serve in humility. Everyone must be ready to serve each other. And that's why Atomy is still, it emphasizes the integrity, and it's all about you. Let's talk about the earnings when it comes to Atomy. Why people should join Atomy? Because it's open in all walks of life. It doesn't matter what status you have, what education level you have, whether you are somebody or not. This is open to everyone. Whether you know how to read or write, whether your English is fluent or not, Atomy is open to all. With Atomy, you are in charge on how much you're going to earn and when do you want to have it. How much you're going to earn in 1 week from now, in 3 months from now, in 1 year from now, and when do you want to happen? When do you want to get that goal? And with Atomy, you're not going to have only a pat on your back, but Atomy will give you a bonus. And with Atomy, will not only put your name on the wall of fame, but Atomy will give you bonus. And that's why people should join Atomy. With Atomy is not giving you a restriction with your time. You are in charge of your time. Do you want to do it as a part-time? That's all right. Do you want to do it while you're working? That's okay. I still remember when I was still working in a corporate America, they told me I could not have another job. I need just to keep my job in that dialysis center as a unit clerk. I have only one job. I could not get another job, but not with Atomy. Atomy will not restrict you. No matter how many jobs you want, and you want to do it with Atomy, Atomy will not stop you. Atomy will not tell you as well, when do you want to clock in? When do you want to clock out? Atomy will not dictate you, where do you want to conduct your business? And this is the reason why we should join Atomy. anyone can succeed here in Atomy. I want to emphasize that it is your own race, it is your own pace. When do you want to happen? What is your strategy and your tactics? This is your own race, your own pace, your own accountability, your business, and you have to own it. As an employer, these are the things that I've done so far and I'm still doing. And as a YouTube influencer and a blogger and also a reseller and affiliate marketer, when Tito Jhon shared to us the vision of Atomy when it comes to platform, I would really say this to everyone: never give up. If you feel stuck, never give up, because Atomy is creating a platform where everyone can express themselves. They are going to have a website where you can see now where you can put your picture. And I believe as a content creator, it is not really easy to maintain all this website, to maintain a website. I believe with Atomy, they're going to have different templates where you can just click and choose what suits you with your website. And that's awesome. And having a website alone, maintaining a website alone is not easy and it costs. But with Atomy, once you join with Atomy, it's free. And you don't need to level up. You don't need to pay Atomy to level up. Unlike myself, I need to level up. If I need to level up, I need to pay. So with Atomy, you are very confident that it's already given to you for free website. Where can you get that? And own it. Tell to everybody that you own a website, because having a website is not an easy task. These are my story. This is my family's story about Atomy. We are a coronavirus survivor, and before we receive 3 days before all the family were infected with the coronavirus, Hemohim and all the products that you are seeing on the screen, this all came. And these are a very long testimony, but I'm just going to shorten it. Hemohim really did a great, Hemohim did really help our health. While we were recovering from the coronavirus, when we took the Hemohim, our immune system, we felt that our immune system got strengthened, especially my brother and my dad and also my mom. And when I went to the doctor told me, he made a joke. He told me, so when you gain weight, that's the time you became healthy. But I told to him, no, I am faithful taking the Hemohim. And then he was not surprised. I was the one who was surprised. The doctor said, I know Hemohim. That's good. You're taking that. You should share that to your mom and to your dad. When I told that, I told to my mom and my dad what our doctor said. My dad, who is not a believer of Hemohim, start using it. And I thank God that my mom and my dad, their blood works, so as my blood works, they became more, they improve. Especially me, I have a lot of deficient in my body, but I thank God for Hemohim. Because of Hemohim, my family now is getting healthier. I'm sorry, I'm getting too long. Why we settle with Atomy? There are 4 things, because it is a faith base. Just like what I've said before, I am a woman of faith. I'm sorry if we have different belief, but for me, faith-based is very important. Why? Because I believe in universal right and wrong. There's a universal right and wrong, and there's an absolute morality. That's what I believe. Because of that, the integrity of Atomy is unshakable. That's how I see Atomy. That's how that's the reason that I know Atomy will never fail to do what is right. Why people need to join Atomy? Because Atomy is free. It's lifetime. It's free for lifetime, and it also gives us free website, just like I mentioned before. In Atomy, you are accountable. I am accountable in my own business. Everyone is accountable to their own business. How we're going to grow in this business is by attending trainings such as like this, studying the material, connecting with our business partners, and working on our visions, and also using our products. Many people feeling stuck, it is because they never use the products. Use the products so you can continue to share what are the good things you can get from Atomy. In Atomy, you have the freedom to create your own definition. I believe the success is subjective, and it depends on you. What is your success? I just want to keep in mind that never be ashamed to share Atomy, because you know why? You are a problem solver. You are a problem solver. Why did I say you are a problem solver? Because you have products that there are people looking for a solution, and you have a solution. Are they looking for a solution with their health? Are they looking for a solution with their skincare? Are they looking for a solution to use an organic or natural products in their household? You have it. You are a problem solver. And this is what I'm going to end my slide. In Atomy, it's all about you. And I want everybody to understand that whatever your past is, no matter who you are, I want everybody to keep in mind that you are enough. You are enough to conduct this business. You are enough as a person because you are fearfully and wonderfully made by God. You are enough to conduct this business because as an Atonians, it does not require anything from you, but only your dedication. Even if whatever your past is, you are still enough as a person, no matter what you have done, because Jesus Christ died for all, no matter who you are. And as an Atomians, whatever your painful past, your current dramas, whatever your current situation right now, or your educational level, you are enough to conduct this business. With Atomy, you have the chance to start a business, and a chance to rewrite your life, and a chance to leave a legacy. And that's my presentation for today.
Wow, Melissa, it's so very inspirational. Thank you. I like that word. There's a lot to take. Be humble, right? And we are a problem, actually, right? We are a solving equation. We can help, we can share, and we can also lead others as well into a very bright future. Thank you so much, Melissa, for sharing that to us. It's very, very inspirational. Next, next topic that we're going to discuss, as Melissa mentioned it to us, is about the Atomy opportunity. So again, Melissa, that is very, very touching information, and that is only your first sharing discussion with us. I am sure It will be a very, very, very interesting, exciting again, what to hear from you in the future. And her story about Hammond really is amazing. And that is one of a kind story. Let's move on to our next person that will share to us about the opportunity that we can have and enjoy for a lifetime. Vinod.
Thanks, Jhon. And oh my goodness, Melissa, that was something. I think, I can see a lot of thought and effort has gone behind preparing this presentation, and that reflects. And you add to that your passion that really reflects in your talk. It's amazing, very inspirational, goosebumps. And you will be a big crowd puller on an Atomy stage. We will see that day. Cool. Thank you. And our Joyce. Where is our Joyce? Don't see her. Yeah, I just wanted to say, I think we lost our Joyce. Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, she was awesome in that Atomy World seminar. That was great. Okay, Jhon. So I was thinking, systems or compensation, but I see that there are a lot of new faces today. So I think compensation may be the right thing to do today, right? And Melissa already gone through in a different style the initial part of my compensation conversation, like why we want to do this, why we are doing this. So Melissa beautifully presented that part. So I'll quickly skim through that part. I'm not staying too long there, but I'll get into the actual mechanics pretty much right away. Cool. So everyone, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. So once again, I am going to present the actual mechanics of how are we actually earning money through Atomy. When are we getting this? How are we able to, reach a stage where we get residual income? So what should we do to get there? So essentially, I'm going through that process. I may take about 10 minutes for this. So Atomy compensation, and I really don't have to go through any of this. As I said, Melissa has beautifully presented this, but all that I wanted to say here is when we work on a 9-to-5 job or 5-to-9 job, depending on, different times that we work. When we work for someone, we are essentially trading time for money. What that means is, if we get sick for a few days, or if we want to take an extended vacation, if we want to spend some time with the family and so on, we probably are not getting to be paid for that our time, because we are not putting that time for the work, right? So essentially we are trading time for money. Now, what if there's a way to still make money without giving our time, without, it's not a one-to-one correlation. I give my time, I get compensation for that. I don't want to do that, right? What if there's a way to do that, which enables and empowers you to, enjoy your extended vacation, spend more time with your family, and make money even when you sleep? So how do we do this? And that is a concept called passive income. So passive income essentially means exactly the opposite of what we just saw. That is, we don't need to keep on putting in more time to keep on receiving some money. For example, if you buy a house, you rent it out, right? So there is some work, some effort involved in buying that house. You need some money, whatnot, to buy a house. But once you bought that house, and once you start getting a rental income from that, you can consider that as passive income. Kind of. Every now and then you still need to work towards it, but essentially it is passive income. So that's one way to do that. But as you can imagine, there's a lot of work, effort, a lot of money involved in the process of creating that kind of passive income. So there are several ways to do that. You can be an artist. You can, you can be a great artist, or you can be a singer, music composer, dancer, whatnot, and then um, and then and then you can sell sell the music, and then it will start generating that income. So that's a passive income. So, but most of us here are not artists, to my knowledge, right? I definitely am not. So how do we do this? What is a very reasonable way to do this? And that's where Atomy comes into picture. There are other similar businesses like Atomy too, but there is a big difference. There are some huge differences, and I will go over there in the end. But essentially, here's Atomy. Let's talk about Atomy here, right? How do we make money out from Atomy? First of all, we all love Atomy. We all love Atomy products. So that's given. Without loving Atomy products, you cannot do this business. And this is one major difference between other businesses similar to Atomy. Like for them, you really don't need to love their products. You have to buy a specific amount of products every month, repeatedly, whether you love it or not. That's how other businesses work. Atomy is not. Atomy never force you to buy anything unless you want. So you really need to love the products. Without loving the products, you cannot really talk to others about Atomy products, right? So if you don't love Atomy products, probably this business will not work for you. Okay, so we love the Atomy products. We became a member. We start sharing about Atomy to our friends and family and other people. So they started joining our team on the left and the right, and then our left and right sides start getting bigger and bigger, right? It takes time. It's not overnight. So, but it gets bigger and bigger over time. So during this process, you're consuming Atomy products, and you are also generating this PVs, point values. Every time you purchase something, the associated PV will be added to your totals. So eventually, at some point of time in the future, you will reach, if you continue to consume Atomy products, you will reach a personal point value of 2.4 million. That's huge, right? But stay with me. So 2.4 million. And your left side and right side each reaches 50 million point value consolidated, not for one person, but combined 50 million on this side and 50 million point value on this side. On that day, you are eligible for a 1,500 Canadian dollar commission. And if you're in a different country, the equivalent of this, right? So $1,500. And then immediately after that, your left side and right side PVs for you gets reset to zero. And then the cycle starts again at some point of time. They reaches 50 million again, and you are eligible for another 1,500 Canadian dollars. As you see here, your points are not reset. Only your group points are reset. And so that cycle continues. And eventually you will reach a stage where you start earning this every day, right? $1,500 every day is approximately about $40,000 to $45,000 in a month. And add to that the mastership bonus. That's how you really earn like $100,000 per month. Now, these are huge numbers. What we are seeing on the screen are huge numbers. But there are people who has already achieved that. No one expects us to reach there in 2 years or 3 years or 4 years. This takes time, right? Maybe like 8, 10, 11 years. But Atomy has been around only for 12 years, and we already have several individuals at this level. So it is attainable if we don't quit. All right. So we talked about some big numbers, but for now, let's go back and see what is our immediate future. If you are just starting Atomy, what is our immediate future? So don't worry about reaching 2.4 million in person yet. If you just reach 300,000 point values, and that is not a lot of, that's not a huge number. Actually, if you continue to consume Atomy products, you will reach there in no time. And then anytime your left and right groups reaches 300,000 each, on that day, you are eligible for a $70. Yeah, it's not $1,500 as in the previous example, but we are starting here now, right? So we reach $70 and the same cycle. I mean, both the group points gets reset, and then the next time both groups reaches 300,000 again, you're eligible for another $70. And this cycle continues. Initially, it takes a long time between these cycles, long time as in a month, 6 weeks probably, but it will gradually start getting compressed. This time start getting compressed, and then you will start making $70 every 2 weeks, every week, and then eventually every day. So $70 every day, that's substantial, right? So that's close to $2,000 right there, just from the daily compensation. And then, so that's not the full picture. So this is the full picture. So you start with, this 300K. Now, one thing that I did not walk through is there's a stage before the 300K, which is you have a personal 10,000 PV, and that's very easy to achieve. One set of toothbrush and toothpaste, that's more than 10,000 PV. So you have a personal 10,000 PV, and your left and right reaches 300,000. Anytime they reach 300,000, you start earning 30 Canadian dollars. As you can see, that's very easy to reach this 10,000. And it doesn't take many number of consumers to reach this 300,000 on each side. And there are several steps, in between. I'm not walking through each one of them, but as you can imagine, there are like 8 or 10 different steps that we go through before we reach that ultimate aim of 1,500 Canadian dollars every day, or the equivalent of that in your currency, right? So that's okay. I'm gonna skip the mastership today due to the time, but essentially there are 7 different masterships, and you will earn mastership bonus also, all the while we are earning this daily compensation. Yeah, we'll go through that at another time, but combined the daily compensation with mastership bonus, you are looking at a substantial living wage, even at the initial mastership stage. If we automatically became this, earn this mastership every term, you are looking at a substantial living wage every month. So it doesn't really take that long for you to achieve some kind of financial freedom or passive income while working with Atomy. I know there are several individuals right now in this group, in this call, who has achieved that automatic sales mastership. Some of us in a very few months, some of us probably in a couple of years. But if you stay with Atomy, if you continue to work for it, sooner or later you are going to reach there. So and quickly, some of the advantages, other advantages of Atomy, like there is no joining fee, no starter package, no automatic reordering. Like no one will ever ask you any money to spend, or Atomy. Atomy will never force you to spend any money. It's based on your preference, your love towards the products. You are not forced to reorder every month. There is no annual fee or sales quotas. The only condition is you need to stay alive In order for them to know that you're still alive, let's put it that way, you need to purchase at least one product, anything, maybe a toothbrush or a toothpaste once every year. Otherwise, your ID will be suspended. And then, yeah, the personal PVs are unlimited. That means it never resets. Then there's a daily payout. Essentially, that means you can achieve this bonuses or payout every day. They are not going to pay you every day, but they will consolidate for half a month and deposit it at the end of that half month. And yeah, and very important, there is an inheritance system, which is whatever you are building is a business really, and it can be inherited by 2 generations after you. So imagine you are building a system where you yourselves and your next two generations may not have to work at all. This is true passive income. No other systems out there in the world can beat this. So that's all from me at this time. Jhon, back to you. And I am very eager to hear Mia's life goals. And that's very important, everyone. I do have my goals, if you can see, printed right in front of me. Sorry, it's not clear, but that's something that I look at every day. It's very important that we have our life goals written out, and you go through that every day. So yeah, I guess Mia.
Thank you, Vinod. So that is our ultimate goal, right? To reach into that $1,500 daily income. Who doesn't like it? You know how much is that in the Philippines, Vinod? 1,500 is like 60,000 pesos a day. Yeah. 60,000 pesos a day. People, right, an average income a day that is only 500 or 600 pesos. If we can earn from Atomy at least, I was thinking about the $2,500 a day. That is already a huge. And Atomy, only this company that offer those kinds of opportunity. So let's hear from life scenario by Mia. Mia, are you ready?
Yes.
Please don't let us cry again. Okay?
That is what I'm trying to say, because I told myself, good morning, everyone. So my name is Mia, and I'm going to be presenting my life scenario for today. I tell myself not to cry, because it's usually I'm very emotional is when I talk about my life scenario, and especially talk about my son. And but Melissa started it, so I am gonna try my best not to. So here you go. So so look, my life plan for my brighter future to live. The first one is my health. As everybody knows, I joined Atomy. The first thing that I joined Atomy is because of Hemahem. It's about my health. And because of my chronic allergies and things. So, but majority of you didn't know that I was involved with a vehicle accident back in February this year. And it was a T-bone. So basically, I was hit from my left side on the driver's side. And that is the reason why, I'm still doing my therapies for my health, to put myself back together. And I found, what do you call this one? I found a product that's going to be really help me, to continue my things, without even, without I work in a dental clinic, and I usually go move every time. Like, I never stop. I never stop like walking and sitting and bending and things. So after the accident, like, I was diagnosed with optic nerve damage. So basically, like, I am suffering from a short-term memory. I have, since the accident, I really have like a bad short-term memory. And I'm having a hard time understanding things, like, especially if I'm reading a book. I love reading a book. And since the accident, like, I stopped reading a book. It's because I cannot stand, it's hard for me to go understand things or a story by reading it. Like, there is no connection, like, and I'm having a brain fog. So when Ari mentioned about Hang Sang Dam a couple of weeks back, I think a month or more than ago, I was there, like, on her Wednesday meeting. And I said, like, oh, I better go try this one. It's because, like, I see that it's going to go help me, especially with my short-term memory. And gladly, after a week of taking it, this was like 3 weeks ago that I started like the Hang Sang Dam. Like my brain is just like never stop. Like, I don't fall asleep anymore in the dental chair. It's basically like it's just become active, and that is the one thing why I stayed with Atomy. It's because like the excitement that lives give me every day. It's the small things that usually count. And yes, I'm not really earning good money, but the thing is, like, I know in the future, like, I'm gonna go there, and I have like a person who usually have lots of patience in dealing with these things. And yeah, so I am so happy, like, I'm trying to, I'm gaining my health back slowly, and like, with Atomy. For the wealth, everybody knows, like, we are here for the passive income in the future. And 7 years ago, when my dentist, like, planning to go retired in 11 years, and 11, 12 years, like, of course, like, she's turning 65 very soon. And from there, like, 5 years ago, I started to look for an income for the future. So I have like a day home before, and that is another options that I'm gonna go think after she retired, because I don't want to go work with another dentist anymore. I stayed there for right now for 13 years, and I work with different companies in the dental clinic before, and nobody gave me the satisfactions, like, or the love of working except her. I can see, like, that my group of people in the clinic, like, they are the most humble, they are the most positive energy, like, I have the positive vibe all the time, even though we are in a stressful conditions right now, like, but we make it like a little bit more lighter compared to working with other places before, which is like, by the time I come in, it's like, it's really too stressed. I can feel it already that it's really too stressed. So and then I prayed, I prayed, like, to give me wisdom, like, to what I'm gonna go do after she retired. Because, like, by the time I'm just like, I'm still young, like, I can able to go still work. I'm just like on my 50s. Well, basically it's my 50s. So I told myself, like, I need something that will able to give me something to do at the same time what I love to do in replacement to what is my current job is. And Atomy came in, and I said to myself first, like, let's see, I'm gonna go try. But when I tried the product, like, I'm really satisfied with it as a consumer. And everybody knows this, like, when you're too excited, like, that the product works for you, you are excited to share it to everybody. And that is the kind of feeling that I have when I started with Hemohem. So I talk to the people like, that I usually go with every time. And the main victims, like, are my coworkers. So like they're happy with it, like, they like she likes the products. Like usually the one coworker that I have that joined Atomy as a consumer. So like, I can see myself in Atomy 5 years from now, like, living a good life. Basically, like, I am preparing for my future with Atomy right now. Like, that's why I am not in a rush. But like, I'm telling Jonathan, like, I want to do it slowly, but I want to do it like, joyfully. I want to enjoy, I want to enjoy things. I want to enjoy the experience for myself and for the people that I usually go talk to and help, especially with their health. And 5 years from now, like, I tell myself, like, I want to go have the goal of earning like at least 10,000 Canadian dollars a month. With that things like, with my son and myself, as everybody knows, I usually live with a simple life. I choose to be like, to live in the basic and a simple life. It's because I've been into depression for how many years, and material things doesn't really make me happy. So the most important things for me is to survive. And for survival for me, it's like I have to go back to the basic. I have to feed my spirit. I have to feed emotionally and spiritually and mentally, like for me to be happy and like do things. And passive income for me, it's like, it's gonna go come in 5 years and 10 years. And I'm really willing to wait for that. To love my son. I'm a single mom. So I was separated with my ex-husband, like, his dad, when he was only 1 year old. And I am the one who usually a provider for him. He never slept, not even one night, with his dad, when his dad is still here in Edmonton. Right now, like, he's already in the US with his new family. Before him, I lost 2 pregnancies because I'm having a hard time conceiving. We went into fertility treatment, the most expensive fertility treatment. And with the fertility treatment, like, it's not all successful. So when I prayed for him, I prayed for my son for how many years? And I'm just too stressed, like, doing the fertility treatment. And I said to my ex-husband one time, let's stop this. Like, after 2 miscarriage, after 6 years of fertility treatment, it's just getting into everything, like, plus on the top of it, depression. I am looking for something that I cannot find. And I always pray to God that I am looking for someone who's gonna go open up and, like, be the center of everything. I have a huge faith. I believe in him, like, and I always prayed, and like, after the 2 miscarriage, I'm losing my faith slowly in him. And on the top of it, like, the marriage is usually, it's because of that, like, it's we broke up. So before I conceived my son, I didn't know that I'm pregnant with him. My ex-husband and myself, we already decided to separate because I told myself, like, this is not going to go work. I just want to go home in the Philippines, and I want to go back to my family. And that's the first thing that I want to do. And so when he left the house, I have all the symptoms, like, I pray to God, like, really, like, it's, I want somebody who gonna be with me until I get old. And I know, like, it's not gonna happen to a partner and things. So after 2 months that he left the house, we talk, we're in good terms. I didn't know that I'm pregnant, and that is my son. So since then, like, I'm very focused on him, like, and he is my life. And right now, like, I am building his future. I am building his future. I'm building his education so that by the time he reached into university level, I don't need to work hard. I don't need to go work from 11 hours to 10 hours, 12 hours a day, and left him in the house. Like, I want to enjoy my life at the same time. So that's why I'm doing this. Like, that's why I am preparing myself into Atomy, so that, like, both of us will going to go enjoy, like, our life together while I'm still young and while he's still going to be in the university. So yeah, in my family, I have the most beautiful family ever. They are too supportive of me, and I want to give them a good life. I want to share them my blessings with Atomy. And ever since that I started to work here in Canada, they were part of me. And even though they were 6,000 miles away from me, the communication is still there. My siblings, like, were 6 girls, and they were my best friends. So my nieces, like, they're like my kids. My son, like, it's like a son for them at the same time. So I am really blessed with that one. And I want to share my blessings with Atomy with them. To travel, that is one of my dream and my goal in the future. I already have the most long bucket list of the places that I want to travel. But I cannot do it. It's because I'm hooked up to where I am right now. I'm only allowed to have, like, 3 weeks off. And sometimes, like, I extended for 1 month. 6 weeks is the most in the Philippines. And it is really stressful for me because, like, I don't want to go leave my coworkers hanging with the busy pandemic thing. Or even though there's no pandemic, it's like we are really in a stressful environment, like, dealing with patients and everything. And I want to be free in 5 years. I want to be free in 7 years, like, to go do whatever I want, travel whatever I want. And the first places that I want to go travel is like the ancient countries, Egypt, Greece. I want to see the pyramid. It's because, like, that is my calling. Something in there, maybe because of my depression, something in there that I know that my search is there. Like, from, it's just, I don't know how to explain it to you all, but, like, that is where my heart wants to go, to Bhutan, to Himalayan, not to luxury country and things. I told you, like, I went back to basic, and the most important thing for me is, like, how I feel and how I think and what is my belief. So I want to go enjoy that. I want to enjoy the travel with my son and learn the culture and learn what happened, like, 500 BC or like 1,000 years ago with that country. Like, I feel like that is where I want to go see myself. Maybe, like, I was incarnated there before, that I'm searching for that one. And the last one to share for the service. I mentioned to Jonathan last night when we're talking about this one, my life vision, even though it's not written yet, I'm already straightforward and I know what I want. I know what is my goal when I started the Atomy. And this Atomy is a blessing to me because, like, it happened, or it came when I'm searching for something. So basically, this is a blessing to me. Like, this is what I am searching for. And every day, I'm so excited to be, like, talking about Atomy. So my service, like, I started, like, to buy a property back home. It's like a farm. It's a huge farm, and the owner, like, or the man in the family died, and the wife wants to develop it. So I bought like 1,000 square meter of land. It's usually a rich land because it's like it's a farmland, and I want to start up like a agri farm or hydroponics garden back home for the community. As you know, like our health right now, it's not good anymore. Like, you know, our vegetables, even back home, are being rich with fertilizers and pesticides and things. And I want to go back to organic. I want to go back to the basic, like, you know, that for the people in the community, in my community are. So I want to go build like a hydroponics garden. I want to go have like livestock, like a kitchen, not a kitchen, like a chicken livestock, like where they lay eggs, like, you know, everywhere. And I told my mom, like, you know, I want to go build my small hot house in there whenever I go home, and I just want to go stay there because everybody's already there. And I like to help people, like, you know, everything, like, you know, with their health, with their money. But my motto all the time is like they need to work at the same time. I don't feed everyone for nothing. So that's why I decided to go put a farm on it, so that people in the community that who doesn't have vegetables or who doesn't have any eggs in like, you know, in their house, and they need something, they can just freely go there and then help me, like, you know, help everybody, like, you know, to go, like, maybe, like, you know, pick up some weeds or just clean up, just clean up, like, you know, and to maintain everything for the agri farm. And then by the time they go home, they have like a food in their family. And that is like what I want to do in the next 3 years to 5 years. So I am so excited with that one. And lastly, for the volunteering, before I came to Canada, I have like a clinic. I have a lying-in clinic because I'm registered midwife back home. So I have like a community clinic where people in the community come to me for any kind of sickness. I prescribe medications at the same time. And from that lot that I open up, I'm going to go open up, I want to have my small space for there, for people who cannot afford to go to the doctor, for simple things like a flu or small problems like that. And I want to go back to my old passion at the same time of being a midwife, being assisting mother in delivery and taking care of them, like, you know, on their prenatals, the pregnancy, the prenatals, and after delivery at the same time. I cannot do that right now, but I know 5 years from now, 7 years from now, it will gonna happen. And that's it. Thank you for listening, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, Mia. Right, I love that. Health is where you are so satisfying aspect at the moment, but we know, yes, and I do believe the wealth will come, and that is our passive income. So all of us in here to love, of course, the most important part for us is our family, our future, our next generations. So why we are doing this, Tommy? For whom? For our loved ones, for our next generation. And that is the good thing with Atomy, right? Our chairman, the founder, make it into up to the third generation, which is really, really good for us to look forward to. We are not only doing this for ourselves, we are doing this for our next generation. To learn. To learn for what? To learn to love, to share, right? To help others. And of course, for me, what? Traveling, it's on her bucket list. And that is the reason also for us to go chase our future goal. because we do have something to achieve in the future. Sharing, it is the core values of Atomy. For me, while doing services like that, offering it to others on their community as like community pantry, and for them volunteering as well. And for her also goal to volunteer in the future. You know, all of us in here that we are here, we hear a lot of personal thoughts, wisdom for us from Melissa, right, to Vinod, right, compensation plan, and to Mia's life scenario. This is the love of Atomy for us. So what are we going to do? Just listen, join us, right? Participate into the discussion and understand how this business really meant for us. It is not about getting beautiful. It is not only about our good health, but it is about sharing this amazing white company to others. We need to understand Atomy first. Today, we are going to skip. There's a lot of activities going on with us this week, especially with the global show this couple of days, and there's a lot of to take and celebrate into that too. And there's a lot of stories behind that. We will going to have our update, right, from Ari next Sundays. And today it is a very, very good discussion for all of us. But then again, all of us in here, when we do our best right now, as what Melissa also told us earlier, we will find ourselves in a positions to have the best for our future. So let's do it. Okay, let's learn together and let's be successful together. Thank you again, everyone, from Melissa, right, for joining us for the very, very inspirational talk earlier. Vinod, thank you for that, going through with our compensation. And Mia, thank you for sharing your life future plan story for all of us. Have a blessed Sunday, everyone. Thank you again. We'll see you next Sunday for more interesting discussions. Mabuhay.
Have a blessed day, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Hello.
Thank you, Ari.
You.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
everyone. God bless.
See you again next Sunday.